Hello and welcome to Fernbank Science Center's The Sky This Week for October 10th through 16th, 2021. The moon is at first quarter phase this week, and it's a good chance to watch the way the moon moves along its orbit against the background of stars, kind of in a different place each evening. Start on Tuesday, October 12th, around 9 p.m. Face the southwest part of the sky. If you're not sure which way is south, figure out where the sun appeared to set at your observing spot. That's the western part of the sky. Put your right shoulder in that direction, and you'll be facing the south part of the sky. In this image, the planets' sizes are greatly exaggerated. When you find them on the real sky outside, they look like tiny, very bright stars, much brighter, at least in light-polluted city skies, than the rest of the stars. Venus, closest to the western horizon, brightest of the three that are visible. And Venus is closer to the sun than Earth is out in space. Jupiter and Saturn are both much farther away from the sun than Earth is, but they're really large planets with nice bright cloud reflecting light surfaces, so they're pretty easy to see. Look where the first quarter moon is located. When the moon is at first quarter, that means it's moved 1/4 of the way around its orbit. The light from the sun is falling on the right-hand side of the moon. It looks like half a moon, which sometimes confuses people. Why, if it's half a moon, do you call it quarter? Because of where it is along its orbit. On Tuesday, October 12th at 11:25 p.m., the moon is at first quarter phase. Notice where it is on the sky. It's toward the south. And if you look where the curve of the moon is, it's right near a little collection of stars, kind of looks like a teapot. Zoom in a little bit. Look at where those are. This is facing the southwest part of the sky. That little collection of stars, part of the constellation Sagittarius, looks sort of like a teapot. Here's the spout. Here's the top, here's the handle. And Sagittarius is one of the Zodiac constellations. Thousands of years ago, when people were first studying the stars, those must have been important constellations, they figured, because the planets and the moon and even the sun throughout the year appear in front of that band of stars. And if you watch, it appears by 8:30 or so that the planets and the moon are kind of in a line across the sky. And here's why. Those adding in the lines and names, you can see the moon is near that teapot shape of Sagittarius. Saturn and Jupiter are in this V-shaped Capricornus constellation, heading for Aquarius. Pisces, even Aries over toward the east. That's a real wide view of the sky. But those zodiac constellations, it's just because of the way Earth's orbit is around the sun. Same thing with the other planets. Everything is pretty much in the same plane of orbit around the sun. And as we're standing on the Earth and looking out there, this band of stars, where the ecliptic meets the celestial sphere, is our band of zodiac constellations. On the 13th, the moon appears to have moved along its orbit. It's not quite up against the handle of the teapot anymore. Now it's moving closer toward the next zodiac constellation. By the 14th, it's past Saturn in Capricornus and heading for Jupiter. On this image, it's labeled as Io. That's one of the bright moons around Jupiter that you can see if you have a little telescope or a really good pair of binoculars. By the 15th, the moon has moved along its orbit, has passed Jupiter on the sky, and is heading for the eastern part of the sky and full phase. By the end of the week, just after the sun goes down, check out that western horizon. The planet Venus, in another zodiacal constellation. Venus, and again, this is really exaggerated, is near the bright star Antares. Antares is part of the scorpion, Scorpius. There's the front, there's the long body, fishhook shape over toward Shaula there at the end. And if you watch throughout the week, you can notice the moon moving along its orbit. The planets, even they appear to move against different stars depending on the time of year. Thanks again for listening. Please do keep an eye on Fernbank Science Center's webpage at www.fernbank.edu. Keep an eye out for our Friday evening at-home planetarium programs on the Facebook page, and have a great week.